Hi, how are you doing? I hope you are all feeling wonderful. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to create a dodge the ball game. This is Ellie and this is your place to learn to code and have fun.
So let's see a demo of the game first. So I click on the green flag and I have 20 lives, 0 score, so I need to gain as much score as I can by avoiding the balls and not touch the balls so that I won't lose any game. Let's go to the left, go to the right. I lost 9 lives and 1 life and game over. Let's see how to make it. Let's create a new project and let's name our project Dodge the Ball, and this time let's keep the sprite and choose a backdrop. I'm gonna choose a very simple backdrop like what? Maybe just this one. And then let's go to the backdrops, create a second one, and name the second one Game Over for our Game Over screen. And let's type Game Over with red color on it. Game Over. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Like this. Game Over. And I don't want this one anymore, so blue sky and game over. Okay, and also dodge the ball, so we need ball. Let's search for a ball. It's right here. This one or this one? Let's take this one. So I have a ball. Now let's write the code. So to start, let's program the move of the cat to the right and to the left. Also, let's make it a little bit smaller. 50. The smaller it is less challenging to not hit the ball, to avoid the ball. So, like always, so for the movement to the right and left, there are 2 ways we can do it. We can either say when right arrow and left arrow clicked, then move several steps to the right and left, like this. So right now I can move to the right by right arrow, but the performance is not gonna be great. So instead, to make it better, I would say when start clicked, forever if. So I'm gonna take the if condition, which is on the control, and then on the sensing, if key right arrow pressed, now here I say move 10 steps. So these 2 codes do the same thing, but the cat reacts faster to this one because it's forever checking this condition. But this one is going to be a bit sluggish, so I'm going to through this way, and I'm gonna keep this one only. Let's write the same thing for the left arrow so that the cat can move to the left as well. So I'm gonna duplicate this, and I'm putting it here, and then I just change this one to left, and instead of 10 steps I would say minus 10 steps, so I can move left and I can move. Something wrong here. I don't need the forever again, so I can move right. Let's start again. I can move right and I can move left. Oh, come on, it should be here. So again, I can move right and I can move left. So make sure that you have forever, and then inside you have one if and another if. So we're good so far for the movement of the cat. There is one issue. If you look at the cat is not walking but is gliding, which is not what we want. So to make it look like it's actually walking, let's use the costumes. So switch costume to next. So I would say move 10 steps and next costume. And the same here. Let's give it a try. Now it's actually walking. Cool so far. Now let's program the ball. So for the ball, let's click on the ball and let's move it all the way up. So when I move it all the way up, my Y position would show this location. So this 158 is exactly where my Y is. So here and here, these ones are the same. So initially I want the ball to start from the top and any X in this line. So how would I write it is, when green flag clicked, what I want is on the motions, I want it to go to Y5159, but I don't want the X to be always minus 30. I want it to start from any random location at the top. So I go to operator and I say there is one random, pick random between not 1 to 10, so somewhere between here, which is minus 2 to 3, and here, which is plus 2 to 3. So I start from here and then I come down. So forever I wanna choose a motion, change Y by not 10 but minus 10 so that it comes down. So the bigger this number it is, like the positive of it, it's gonna come faster. So if it's minus 10 is like this, if it's, let's say, minus 30, it's gonna come super fast. Let's keep it for as minus 10, so we can increase this side if we want our game to be even more challenging. So this is this so far. So now the ball is coming down, but when it reaches here, it doesn't do anything else. So I want it to go back at the top again and come down and up and down and up and down. So I write a piece of code so that when it's reached here, so if my Y position, let's go to motions, and if my Y position, let's take the operator as well, is equal to not 50, but when I'm in this location, the Y is minus 187. When it's here, I want it to go back to the top, so exactly like when it started. So all I'm gonna do is duplicate this whole thing and then remove this part and put this one back again. So when you get here, go back to the top again and start the loop. So that's how we do it. So let's play the game a little bit. I can go left and right. So two things we should do is, one is the counting the scores, or like some criteria for finishing the game and gaining points. Also, one more thing, let's have more balls, which I can do it simply by duplicating and duplicating. So the more balls, more challenging, like this. Now I want to have two variables, one for measuring when the cat is losing and one for gaining the scores. So I'm going to variables. Let's stop this. I'm making one variable lives, so the number of lives that the cat has. So after the cat loses all the lives, the game is game over. And I keep it for all sprites. And one more variable that I name it score. So how does it work is, lives is like we can say at the beginning the cat has 10 lives, 20 lives, depending on how easy or difficult you want it. You decide for the number, and for the scores, whenever the ball reaches the floor and the cat is avoiding it, we can increase the scores. So these two variables. Usually when we have variables, we need to initialize it, which means set the initial value for it, set lives to something and score to something. So when we just started, there is no score, but we need to have some number of lives, and we lose when, or like we die or we lose when we lose all of our lives. So let's say 10. Now let's write a code for increasing scores when the ball reaches the floor. How do I write it? Here I've already written a condition for reaching the Y to the floor. So here I can increase the score. So if Y position is anything, like if it's this number or anything less than this number, change scores by 1, by 2, by whatever you want. So whenever the balls are coming down, the score is going up and up and up. And also, whenever the cat is touching the balls, the cat should lose a life. So let's write one more condition. So make sure we are on the ball. For now, I'm going to remove the extra balls so that I duplicate it when all the codes are updated. So let's write one more if condition. Control if then one operator, not operator, let's go to the sensing and let's write if touching sprite, which means if the ball touches a sprite, I'm gonna lose 1 life, which is change lives, change the variable lives by -1. Let's give it a try. So I start by 10 lives, 0 score. Whenever the ball is touching the floor, the score is going up. And anytime, oh, the scratch is too high. I need to change that as well. So anytime it touches, I'm losing 1 life. Okay, so all the lives are gone, but I never wrote any code for finishing the game. So now we have 2 things left, 2 more things left. We need to initialize the cat to start from here, and also some way to finish the game. Let's see. Okay, so let's set the initial location for the cat so that we are assured that it's in a good position. Maybe let's say here. So I drag this code here, and then let's write our game over code. So if you remember on the backdrop, we had 2 backdrops, one the simple, one for the game over. So let's go to the code of backdrop, and always I know I'm on the backdrop when I don't see the motion. So let's write it like this. When green flag clicked, initially I want to be on the simple backdrop. So let's go to the looks and switch backdrop to blue sky. So be here first and stay here until the lives are 0. So from the controls, wait until operator something equal to 0, and that something is lives. And then when the live became 0, then we're gonna switch the backdrop to game over backdrop, to the game over backdrop, and then everything is gonna stop. So control and stop all. Let's play. I have 10 lives. I lost most of them except 2, and now I'm game over. Let's add one little cosmetic, which is a sound that we want to hear when you're game over. So let's go to the sound. I don't want to play sound pop, so I again go to the sound. I search for lose, and I add this here, and now in the code I can see play sound lose until done and then stop. So let's test it. 2 lives and game over. Now to make our game a bit more challenging and fun, let's duplicate a bit more balls and go to the right and left and plus. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to press like, subscribe and hit the bell so that you won't miss the next tutorial, and see you soon. Bye!